Thank you for listening to It's On Us podcast. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and enjoy the episode.
You can't change the speed limit though. Like if at one point in time the speed limit is 80, and then now we're at a 65, you would penalize those people that were at an 80 miles per hour time era. You know what I mean? Like the comedy even in the 90s is. If you listen to that now, it's so offensive. Like people, overly sensitive people were like, "No, this is."
Oh, definitely.
I mean, like Richard Pryor. Let's see, Dave Chappelle,
Eddie Murphy, Raw or Delirious.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Any of that.
Yeah, a lot of things that people said 20, 30 years ago would not be flying nowadays.
Because I just watched.
And it's coming back around to get him.
Right.
Delirious
like,
the other
which
day.
is crazy.
He was throwing the F word around on Delirious. Like I was like, oh, don't let somebody of a certain gender or sexual background hear this because they'll be really upset when
Well,
canceled.
my question is, who blows the whistle when
I always wondered
offense
that.
goes into play? Yeah.
Is it just
Who's
like a
getting
cluster
offended?
storm on Twitter, or how does it start?
Right.
From nowadays, it's social media. Everybody's under a microscope. So if somebody says the wrong thing, oh, it's blowing up on Twitter. They got the clip of it. They got everything, and then it's like, well, it comes up to like a jury of media.
People,
Do you
yeah.
cancel them or not cancel them?
I mean, what me and Ash are asking though is like, who kind of like finds it and blows it up? Because it has to be somebody pushing it. Like, what is this? And just
It's
push
just the
it.
masses
It's
on,
just
on
the
Twitter.
masses.
I mean,
So it is the masses. So
Yeah.
it's like a cluster storm online.
Yes.
Okay.
absolutely. Yep.
Twitter is its own universe. Think about it.
Nice.
Their own universe just creates this mass of uproar of people that just rather discuss, you know what, this person,
What's wrong? Yeah.
they're wrong. Bam.
Mhm.
Like the whole Wayfair thing last year. You get such an uproar in Reddit too. Oh my goodness. If you get conspiracy theorists out there that just start flowing, bro, it's
I think people
Cliff, you might get canceled.
People got to stop falling in love with the headline. That's what it is.
That's exactly.
They see the headline and without going deeper into the surface, it's just like that's what it is and they run with it. You could burn yourself so many times doing that though.
And I don't know who, or if it's just maybe kind of like a serendipity, but I think we all see as a whole like the power of information, like accurate or misinformation, and what it can cause people to do.
Mhm.
And it's crazy what people would do. Because, I mean, didn't that one guy try to run down on that pizza place and, like, try to kick the doors in looking for kids in the basement?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
They actually based the beginning of a Law and Order SVU episode about that.
Really?
Shit.
Yes. Oh, shit was nuts.
I missed out on so much SVU.
So question real quick. In
I'll
relation
catch
to
up.
this topic. So there's this game that these kids play called Hello Neighbor. You ever heard of it?
Yeah,
No.
I bought it a long time ago
I've
for
never-
Jason.
I highly don't recommend that game
it's
to
hard.
any kid. No.
You can't even
This-
play it.
This kid is basically trying to escape his neighbor's basement.
Nah. I mean,
Or
I
I'm trying
think
to break
there's...
into the base. It's some type of the narrative of it doesn't sit well with me at all.
It is weird. I will give Ash that because I've watched, because it started off as like an online series for kids to watch, and you don't think nothing of it because it looks like a cartoon, and then it becomes a video game. And I tried playing a video game with my kid. You can barely get past the first or second level, so we really couldn't dive into it. But when I watched it online, just to learn the levels and stuff, it is creepy because it's about these kids who start off playing in their own house, playing hide and seek, and then somehow this creepy neighbor across the street, like they get like intertwined with him, end up in his house, and it is a creepy situation to where I'm like, I'm kind of glad I couldn't really play this game because I didn't like the storyline of it. It was off.
So I mean that kind of ties into like the whole cancel culture thing we were talking about before this,
That's great. Yeah, that's
So
that's
like I said,
crazy.
are you going to give somebody a ticket at 30 years ago that was going 80 miles per hour, and then we're in 2021, you try to still abide that like time, like that speed limit of comedy, entertainment, like everything's different back then.
I know what you mean, like how they were pretty much going at 100 miles per hour, and now it's like you better go 25, and if we catch you speeding, cancel.
It's regulated though.
You were
Like,
speeding in 1995, and we're gonna get you for it.
Yeah,
type thing.
pretty much.
For example, like I'm about to put this picture up on the screen here real quick, but I was listening to another podcast on YouTube,
Okay.
and they were talking about the Dr. Seuss situation.
And what about that? Because I'm kind of like
Well,
off. with that.
what you
What's
heard
going
on Millbury Street is one of the one of the more popular books that was sold or
Okay.
that was canceled. How do you get to your messages, Ash?
But what about Millbury Street? What happened on Millbury Street?
So one of the pictures was this.
I can't see that. I can't.
How do you zoom in?
Can you describe it for us?
So it's Asian people
Mm-hmm.
carrying an elephant, and the words on the screen,
Blow it up at the top. Yep.
the words on the page say something to the extent of little men with slanted eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly in the picture you can see that they're drawn with slanted eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a correct way to, describe an Asian person,
Mm-hmm.
but back in the day that's what he did.
This goes back to what I was just saying in our group chat. Again, yes, it sounds and looks offensive, but let's be real. There are stereotypes in the world. Does it make it true?
Mm-hmm.
No. And for Dr. Seuss's case, 9 times out of 10, he was probably doing it just to rhyme and to make sense of something. So I don't see how you find some hidden subliminal, like some kid is really going to look at that and be like, all Asians' eyes are slanted. Like, no. Like, they're paying attention more to the colors on the page than the words or the little small details that us adults see. I think that's doing too much. All of us think we're like Sigmund Freud or something. Like, we're all not psychologists. Just like when a player breaks their legs in the NBA, we all think we're doctors. You know what I mean? Who are we to be looking for these subliminals everywhere? Like, who are you? Did you go to college for, like, symbolism? Because if you didn't, or psychology, quit it with all the canceling. And this, again, most of this is coming from people, and I'll say it, cancel me, that ate Tide Pods and came up with challenges that were halfway like, what are you doing?
Killing brain cells.
Exactly. And I can say much more, but you know what? I'm going to save it.
No,
I'm going to save it.
It makes sense though. So again, for me, because I have very minimum, but I'm still like striving for my psychology profession. So like in my psychology pursuit, so it's like some of the trauma that we go through are really like childhood related. So like how the first 7 years of development really
Very
shape
important.
your character, right?
Mhm.
So who you're touching, who you're interacting, your social environment, like how you socialize with individuals really helps your like progression. If you're like constantly isolated or you just like are a very introverted person, don't know how to like explore being more extroverted and not having people around you to like help shape your character, it really, you won't progress well in life.
And that's why I feel like this pandemic is very bad. Everything you just said pretty much is like, just imagine all the little kids in the house barely going to school and stuff like that, and they're not able to experience that.
And they need that right now. Like those young kids that, I remember elementary school being in my bedroom on a phone call, on a laptop. Like you're not getting the whole experience of being in like with
that's
kids.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Something just sits like off about that though.
No, I feel it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that should be more important than looking for small details in children's books that we think are offensive.
I feel that. So with that
And I feel like kids are just being more lazier, because my grandma was telling me this story about how this kid was like doing online classes, and he was basically lying about turning in his homework and even being like in the actual Zoom meeting. You know what I mean? So it's way more easier to skip school.
Not only that, you just jogged my memory, Gabe. I read the other day, outside of the obvious nerdy kid, nothing wrong with being nerdy, because you're usually smart, you get paid in the future. Be nerdy.
Be nerdy.
Exactly. But all the kids in class had messaged each other and pretty much changed their screen black with reconnecting, and pretty much missed class that day, and the teacher thought that all their Wi-Fi was messed up. So they all got to skip class and skip school because they smartly conjoined together and did the whole reconnecting thing. And what are you going to do? Get mad at all your kids? And that's exactly what they said. Well, she can't fail all of us, because if she do, she'll probably lose her job, because kids are smart. They ain't dumb. Sorry about that. That was my pops. I have to text him real quick.
All right, so I guess we can get into the episode, right?
Yeah.
That was kind of long. That's just how we talk and how we conversate before we get into the podcast. But hey guys, welcome to an episode of It's On Us. If you don't know who we are, my name is Oscar Blair, aka Osh, and to my right I have John.
Hey.
To his right I have Clifton.
Yo.
Gabe.
How you doing?
Jacob, the Glizzy Guzzler.
Look, I just
Welcome.
want to say hello.
Glizzy King.
Jacob, a.k.a. just Jacob.
Okay.
That's it. I was going to build onto it, but then I was like, nah, that would have been doing too much. So,
You always do too much.
well, I mean, what do you expect? We're
Preach.
related. You do a lot too.
No.
Oh yeah, so before this, we got to indulge in some
Good eats.
good
Some
eats,
good eats today.
quality food from
free
your
eats.
local place, the Shipyard. And for those who don't know, we had a 3-on-3. What, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
It was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, about 3 weeks now. Yeah.
And me and John, we banked on that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and Brian, well, he's not here, but you know, next episode he will be. Yeah, the shipyard was delicious.
We took care of you guys. We took care of you. 3 games to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Had to do what we had to do.
Took care. You didn't do nothing, John. It was more just Osh and
I
Brian.
had a couple threes, man. I ain't gonna lie.
No, we had a good time though. It was just us being active, us
Yeah.
getting a good workout in,
Challenging each other. We
Yeah.
challenged each other, and then we won.
And y'all done yet? I let the winners talk enough now.
There we go.
You know what?
We got
Yeah,
the-
y'all won. Woo-hoo. Y'all got a dinner, and I got Brian whenever he's ready to cash in on his. But again, John, you scored one more basket than Jacob over there.
No, a couple,
So-
a few
But
back.
you know what? You played way better defense. Sorry, Jacob.
Thank you.
That's
And
fine.
Ash, I hope you got at least, a couple bonus drinks because you got the lion's share of the work done.
I was owed another shot, but I'll get it eventually.
Here we go.
There you go.
You deserve it.
Compassionate capitalist. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, my.
All I'm gonna say is we ain't lose because of me.
Oh, no, that's a fact. Gabe was on.
We didn't say we did. I don't think nobody would ever apply that with the team we had. Everybody knows where the finger pointed at. I understand.
I take full responsibility.
I know my role.
though.
So you were the outlier, is what you're saying?
Yes, I know my role.
Taking accountability is one thing this generation refuses to do. So I just want
That's
to
what I'm
make sure.
saying. It wasn't my
Ours is
fault, but
the
I take
difference.
responsibility for it.
Okay.
I learned like 4 years ago to just really start taking more accountability for myself.
That's major because
If you actually fucked up, don't take it just because.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Right.
Don't take it just because.
Oh yeah.
Right, don't be the fall guy.
Right.
Yeah. It's never fun to be the fall guy.
Nah, but it was definitely fun. It felt good because that was like my first time hooping in 5-6 years. I felt mediocre, but still.
I was being
Right.
heavy.
you felt good. You kind of felt like, okay, this is well needed. And then Jacob and Clifton, you guys are actually on your own little personal journey right now with the Clifton not indulging in any substance and you cutting back on soda, right?
Yeah, I usually drink like one of those mega ones from Circle K a day, like 32 ounces of Mountain Dew.
Oh my God.
So I'm
Sugar.
gonna go a month without drinking pop. I've done it before. I've done more months than just one, but it's been a while. So I just gotta recommit myself and be like, look, sometimes you just gotta take it easy on your body. You can't be just overdoing it. So I've
Baby
been having
steps.
this water with me for the last 3 days, and I'm planning on keeping it that way for at least 4 more weeks.
Proud of you, man. Yeah, it's all about baby steps and taking strides. And me, this is my first time going a whole 31 days. As crazy as it sounds, people brace yourself. 14, 15 years pretty much. I've only taken a 2-day break from smoking. So this is my first time taking a 31-day break from smoking. And hopefully I can just learn from it. Learn to be sober, learn to be 100% me, and have a real cap on my attitude. I don't want to be substance dependent or anything like that. I just want to show myself I have the willpower, just because.
And that's the key element right there, to have willpower to make a choice in what you want to do, right? Because most times you get so conditionally taught, it just is like a second nature to you. So
Right. Like I told y'all in the garage, I was like on Snoop Dogg status when I think about it. Had I not did this, I would really got to the age of 50 and be like, damn, I didn't smoke every day since I was how old? 45?
there's nothing wrong with you doing that, just as long as it doesn't mess up any other area of your life. Like, there's always a balance you have to have.
So is your tolerance level lower, just putting up with bullshit?
Definitely. Like I said, man, there's just something about being 100% you and seeing 100% of everything, and I have a small tolerance for dumb stuff, stupid stuff, and just, I don't know, ignorance. I understand it's bliss, but when I see it, I feel like I gotta say something. And if I don't,
because if you don't, nobody will. You know what I mean?
but I'm learning there's power in silence though. I read this one wise line, an intelligent man knows what to say, but a wise man knows when to say it. And I've learned that silence is an option. So I want to be wise and learn when and when not to say stuff. Even if I do have the right answer, or if I am going to say the right thing, it might not come off the right way. I'm just going to learn when to apply my voice.
So throughout the week,
Nice.
what have you been doing to actually help you calm down then?
To help me calm down, outside of meditation, working out, I've been reading a lot, studying NFTs and blockchains, and just studying all the stuff that I said I would do, but then I end up smoking or something. So now that I'm not smoking, I'm reading, I'm getting
Actually
myself
doing
knowledge.
it.
Yeah, I'm actually doing it, and that's one thing I can say about not doing your habits. You literally replace them with healthier productive things because you're sitting here like, man, I want to do this. You know what? Let me just get up and do this because I've been slacking on it anyway. So that's what I'm happy about. It makes me realize I do sit on my ass sometimes and not get done what I'm supposed to get done. I always save it for tomorrow, but you know what? I have now, and let me capitalize.
Oh yeah. Well,
Nice.
how I live my life just like that though. Like what you think kind of becomes habits, and your habits kind of create your life. So if you can develop enough good habits, then you can create a different algorithm for your life. And I think if people tap into that more, like if Clifton, after this is over, he comes on the other side and decides to, he'll experience a different level of satisfaction because you had the willpower to resist for that long and then indulge instead of it just coming to you like forcefully. You know what I mean? So,
And I like that you use the word algorithm too, because I believe that life is like one big frequency, and you can control your, like online, like how you have an algorithm once you search something or anything like that. And like you said, once you do enough good things will fall into your algorithm. You just have to shift your paradigm and want to do it.
Well, that was Clifton's week, Ash.
man.
Your weekend in Atlanta, how was that?
Man, I was jealous. Reese went too, man.
Did he?
I didn't get to see him out there though, but it's definitely a full experience though.
So we went when we were what, 20? We went before we were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was about 8
2021.
years ago.
So now you were of age. So how was it?
It was different. You can not go out to Atlanta with just $400. I tell you that because it's going to be a rough ride for you. I would say
could have told you that.
No, you go out there like, and the thing is like you're going to see people that actually like, quote unquote, have it, and if you try to act out of your wage,
They gonna check you.
no, it's just like
It shows.
You're trying to
It shows.
yeah, it's going to show. Like you're trying to compete. You're trying to keep up with people who have no relevance in your life.
Remember what
Like
Kevin Hart said? Stay
you
in
just
your
gotta
lane.
like stay in your own lane. Act your wage. That's my biggest thing. If all of our listeners out there, act your wage. Don't try to compete with the next person because they have this amount of number. Like know your satisfaction. Maintain a balanced life. That's all I'm gonna say.
So you're telling me I can't buy those $4,000 pair of Louis boots I sent you the other day?
I mean, if you choose to, and
Them is ugly.
But you
They
need
were
to have
ugly.
another $4,000 to buy it again.
right,
Yeah,
Right.
nope. Screw
make
that.
buy
make the
something,
right
just don't
plays.
buy it
Make
twice.
investment plays. Like we're getting a stimulus. It's on the way.
Stim.
Right. This is the third stimulus we are receiving. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that if I would, so I actually got like my taxes before I went to Atlanta, and it was cool.
Nice.
Like I had a comfortable enough amount to just do what I want. We
Right.
seen a lot of things. We went to the botanical gardens. They're like reconstructing it. If you don't know what that is, just like a garden of like flowers and like just like
Species and
A bunch of pretty
so
shit.
Alice in the Wonderland. They had an exhibit there, like maybe 2 years ago,
Okay.
and you got to see like the imaginary cat. You got to see like the whole
The Herschel
Alice in
cat?
Wonderland
Okay.
like experience. But when we went, it was kind of like it wasn't in season. Right?
Man, I gotta go check that out and take a Magic School Bus ticket.
No, yeah, it's definitely an experience though. But yeah, Atlanta overall, I would go back
For
sure.
a third time.
For a third time.
You seen DMX, I think, right?
Yes, we were in which club was that? I don't know. I don't even know what club it was, but
I was getting hype with you. I can tell you that through the snap.
and he's just a casual guy that just like he's like, oh yeah, DMX on the way, and he can walk right past you, and you not even know it. Like, and then when he gets to the stage, he's like, oh, here's DMX.
Did you walk right past you? And
Because
didn't
the celebrity out there is just like everybody's a celebrity, basically.
Because everybody getting it.
Everybody getting it.
Mm.
Yeah, I noticed in Atlanta though the mentality and hustle in them, and I come back here and I'm like, I don't want to judge, but I self-evaluate like what I'm doing and what I can tap in and help other people do. Right.
It's that natural thing in you. You're an observer. You're gonna observe the difference of hustling there
Mhm.
and hustling here.
Yeah.
It just happens. It's human nature.
So like the hustle out there is like you get it or you starve. And I want people who are listening to this message, listening to this podcast to know like go get it by any means necessary. So every day is a challenge. Take it one day at a time, overcome. You got to just be disciplined basically. Like you guys are going through a disciplined phase right now. Just stay disciplined, stay consistent, and
So, while we were down in Atlanta, did you see any basketball players from the All Star Weekend? Did
No.
anybody even watch All Star Weekend?
Yeah, I
episode?
did.
How
Nope.
was it? Because
Skills competition, whack. Dunk competition, whack. 3-point competition, interesting actually, because Steph Curry and Mike Conley was going back and forth.
Mike Conley was lighting it up. For
Yeah,
real,
he
for real.
was. So that was pretty good. I will give that competition a nod. And the All-Star game was obvious. LeBron picked the better team, and honestly, Steph and Dame stole the show. Giannis didn't miss a damn shot.
Oh yeah,
and
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like me.
But
that
it was
got
so
on
much
court.
fun. But that dunk competition, they need to do something different with that. What's crazy is a white boy, and it ain't got nothing to do with color, but still, he had stupid hops. He was in the gym and he dunked the ball like backwards. It was weird. Like he dunked it like this, where he cocked his shoulder a weird way. And I was like, now that's a dunk champion right there. And the guys we had dunking were just whack. They did the most basic dunks. I was like, you know what would be cool if we, or the NBA, not like we can do that, but they should get like maybe 5 or 7 guys off the street who are like maybe known people online, maybe, big media
Influencers,
stars for
yeah.
dunking, you know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah,
just bring
yeah.
them in and have them put on their best show, because everybody in the NBA is kind of told not to dunk, especially if you're a star. LeBron hasn't showed up. Zion don't show up. It's not like back in the 80s and 90s where the stars were the headlines. Nowadays, it's your role players doing it. And it's
True.
it's no fun. Yeah, it's no fun.
Well, the one dude dunked off of his. He put it through his legs, but he jumped off the left and he put it through his left or something, or underneath his left. That was, I mean,
Like he had went under his leg and caught it on the other side.
yeah.
This year?
Off his dunking
Off of
leg.
1 foot.
Yeah.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, and that was that was the
pretty
best dunk.
dope.
I
Yeah.
think that was Sabonis.
No, it was
I don't know who
it was
again.
Cassius Stanley.
Yeah.
It was Cassius Stanley from the Indiana Pacers.
That's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Was there any other dunks to talk about? I mean,
Sabonis won the
no.
skills challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won the skills challenge.
I'm like, I'm looking at this Pacer in my head. I'm like, who is this motherfucker?
Yeah, they got to redesign how they do it though, because let's face it, like the last 3-4 years of slam dunk competition has been sad.
Well, this year a lot of players advocated they didn't even want to play it.
True.
Right.
So I mean,
But in general, before that though, like the slam dunk competition has been going down in performance and just overall like.
since Zach
whoa.
Levine. Since Zach Levine's
Right,
they ain't
but-
been
Right,
no-
Blake Griffin,
shit.
pretty
they ain't
much.
been
at
no
the same
pressure.
time, if the league wants, let's say we're all in the league, and Osh is the best dunker at the table, and the league can come to Osh and we want you in a dunk contest, and I'm like, I don't really want it. I want it because I want the weekend to rest, and that's why you know what I mean. You might not have the best dunker in the league in the dunk contest anymore, so now you're getting younger athletes who do have a lot of bounce. They just don't have a lot of dunks in their arsenal.
Right.
So it's just like, yeah, they jump super high, but I mean,
What are you doing up there?
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, your head's at the top of the box, but I mean, you just kind of just
You know what it is?
put it in with 2 hands and then really.
These kids nowadays are built different.
Oh yeah,
I
100%.
promise you,
Stronger,
they're
taller?
all like 6'3", 6'4". I'm like, the GMOs is like doing y'all justice. Man.
And I just feel like
To make chickens and
and going back to what Gabe
If only
said
I knew.
with
Yeah.
your stars in the league, because back then people did it because social media obviously wasn't big. It was just the normal media. People did that to get sponsorships and stuff. So I feel like either go to your stars and offer them bonuses or bring in the random guys. And I think you can make the 3-point competition more exciting, because after I saw Steph and Dame hitting shit from half court, just scoot the line back. Make the 3-point competition so tough, like scoot it back towards the half court line, and let's see who really like got range. I think that would be dope. And now if we see it, that idea started here in this basement.
I mean, they could add like a 4-pointer.
well, they did.
That's what I'm saying.
They had like a
balls.
3-point ball.
Yeah, the money
So
ball.
if they move those both, if they move those like outer racks, because you can't do the
side
corner
racks.
racks, you know what I mean, out there. But if you did the 2 side ones and that front one like that, more out that way, you could.
I think it'd be cool if like maybe they like just for this competition push the front like 2 or 3 rows back like in the front audience, so that way they can just even do the sides further too, because we'd be seeing stuff hit shit from the audience and stuff stupid.
Right,
From
yeah.
tunnel and shit.
And
yeah.
from the tunnel, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So scoot everything back. And I think it'd be raw for real, because then you're gonna be like, wow, he really hitting this many in a row from that far.
He
It'd be raw.
really started a whole era of 3-point shooters.
Yeah, he messed the NBA up. Like if there was like a cheat code that broke your video game, Steph Curry was it for the NBA. The mid-range game is pretty much dead outside of people who specialize in it, like DeMar DeRozan and Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, Kyrie be killing motherfuckers.
Last night dropped that cold 40.
Yeah, he's a certified bucket though.
Bucket.
But yeah, that was my experience in Atlanta. Definitely, once this COVID stuff is lifted, I will be experiencing a whole nother side of life. So definitely traveling more, seeing more of the world. Just it's just weird that people. Well, I'm not gonna say it's weird. It's just doesn't feel right that people should only view one page of their life the whole time.
Right.
I feel like there's a whole book of the world you need to see, and if you're on one page your whole life, you don't get to see the other chapters and like. But I guess that comes with like people having like self-development issues. But like, I definitely say travel. Please travel.
Oh, I'm definitely about to soon. I seen they open in Vegas back up. I'm gonna give it a little bit. Hopefully we don't shut down by summer, and if we're not, I'm definitely putting some of this money to the side to go to Vegas. I didn't get it last year. I'm not being robbed this year.
They're funding you. They want you to like. They kind of give
Stimulate. It's a stimulating.
Yeah, they want you to
Stimulate yourself.
stimulate.
Yeah, stimulate.
Yeah, that's the.
John,
whole
where are you
meaning.
going? Go on. When was the last time you been on a vacation, John?
Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta. Really, I went to Put in Bay 2 years ago.
Putting Bay John.
That was so fun.
John,
It was so
look,
fucking
I
fun.
will call your job. Put it in your vacation days for you.
John is like
Leave.
Groot. His roots are here.
No,
He
No,
does not
leave. Go somewhere.
I'd like to. I mean, I would like to go to Vegas with
Hey,
you.
You
For sure,
should, man.
For sure. I'd like
birthday
to go.
weekend, Miami.
I just know exposure leads to expansion, and I want to
Definitely.
expand my wings and fly like I'm supposed to. So.
John, if I don't see you down in Florida for Asha's birthday,
No,
Us
you
is-
don't have. You don't force anybody to come.
Right.
Just if you would like
This is
to.
bachelor party.
That's
Yeah,
where I'll
voluntary.
be. It's a good experience. I just want people to have experiences in their life. That's it.
that'd be a great
Because,
ass experience.
I mean, here's where I really agree with Ash, because I've left state a few times and I've loved it every single time. It's just, don't get me wrong, I'm with you, John, as far as like I do love Ohio. I hate it, but I love it. You know what I mean? And this is my home. But whenever I do leave, there is something different about the air,
I
the
agree.
environment. And now that we're older, clubbing ain't really that fun. We don't go to motel, hotel, sneaky links overnight. None of that's happening no more or anything. I was never into that. You know what I
About
mean?
to say, hotel, motel, sneaky.
Talk about it. Talk
So,
about it.
in our generation, that's just what I heard. So I'm just trying to
That's
connect
what
with
I
everybody
heard.
who may be listening. I know
we
you
gonna talk
had
about that, or you gonna okay?
Motel 6 behind Bob
Sneaky
Evans and
links.
Amherst. I know a lot of
You
y'all
ain't
went
gonna
there.
tell nobody.
Well,
yeah,
damn.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But anyways, back to my message. It's just I feel like traveling is our new access to, like, you know, that's what we should replace going to the club with.
For
and
sure.
all that
That
stuff.
experience, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
That's all we have left to really enjoy as
True.
adults.
You gonna spend $500 on the iPhone? You might as well buy yourself a couple
Plane
tickets
tickets,
somewhere and see what's on your iPhone screen.
Not only that, you might buy an ounce for like $250 or $300. That's a plane ticket, or maybe, you know, a two-way trip there and
Two-way
back,
trip.
just an overnight.
Yeah,
Just go see something for a day.
I highly encourage it though. But yeah, that was my experience. Other like vacation spots you guys would want to go to though. What do you think? If you can go anywhere in the world, where would you want to go? First trip.
First trip,
Go ahead, Jacob.
Australia or Dubai?
Why those two?
Aye.
Australia, just because I like their accent. I like the wildlife there. Like, I would just like to go to the zoo there.
Kangaroo Jack.
I was about to say, I can see
Yeah,
getting
I
punched
just-
by a kangaroo.
And then Dubai, just
Going viral.
seeing how they went from nothing to one of the most craziest architectural cities in the world. It's
Wealthy.
just
They're
very,
so
very
wealthy.
developed. Very
Just
developed.
that oil money is just
Booming.
amazing to me. So I would just like to just
See it.
go there and
Just-
just be like, wow.
Yeah.
So those are the top two for me.
I was going to say, well, just how does it go from nothing if it's always an oil capital of the world? I think it's always been there. We just never knew about it
Pretty
until
much.
artists started talking
Mhm.
about it.
And was like, hold up, we got this whole blank.
Because have you
canvas.
seen their cities? You can't go from nothing to futuristic. They've just been there and just been.
We about to do this shit.
It's all about the progress, man. You got to just stay consistent and do something. John, what about you? If you can go anywhere, not Puddin' Bay.
Not Ohio, not in Ohio.
Or Vegas.
Not Ohio or not Vegas. If I had to go anywhere
In the world, Craig.
In the
World.
world, top flight.
I
Of
don't
the
know.
world.
I mean, I kind of want to see parts of, like, I don't know, like the United Kingdom, like that shit, like Big Ben, like the
UK.
like
okay.
the UK.
So you want to say, okay.
in a way, like
That'd be
driving
cool.
on driving on the
I mean,
left side of the
that'd be
road
cool.
type. Like, I don't. I feel like it's very like brick and mortar. Like they have like a lot of history over there, and I think that's kind of cool.
And they still look Victorian in some part of their
Yeah,
towns.
that's kind of cool. I don't know. I mean,
That's pretty dope.
what I really like. I mean,
You wanna go to Spain and see the bitches?
Jacob.
You don't call them that. They're women.
I'm sorry.
Mamacita's over there.
I apologize.
They gonna slap you coming incorrect like that. Though.
For real, you gonna get canceled.
They gonna throw you to the bulls.
They will.
Turn you into a matador. I don't see you being a successful one though.
Me either.
They're gonna put you. They're gonna
I'm
put it in
probably
red.
just going like this. Yes.
You gonna do the big shit for the bull? That's really gonna get him mad.
That was like that guy at the shipyard, bro, with the sports bra on.
Man,
That
Wait,
guy-
what?
okay,
Fellas,
fellas, fellas.
speaking of
time out.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, that's rude for me to say. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
No, me too.
Well,
On a lighter
switching gears.
Yes.
Ash, where would you like to go if you can go anywhere in the world? We know you just took a trip to Atlanta, so besides that,
Take me to. I will go to Egypt. I have to.
that's my answer.
You gotta go to
His
Egypt, bro.
answer.
It's so rich there. Like, why would you not want to go? You know,
I feel like that's not like the motherland, but like that's like essentially
it's not
kind
the
of like,
typical
close.
trip though.
you know what I'm saying?
You
It's
go
very
and you
close.
find perspective. You
You
find
want to know what the aliens did to build those pyramids? I understand. So do I.
you call them whatever you want to call them, but the level of technology, the level of intelligence there in that space created so many where we are today.
So is that the true Area 51?
I can't say or deny, but I just know that I would like to go there if I can go anywhere in the world. That'd probably be
Just feel the
one of my
energy.
first. Yeah, feel that energy there. That'd be my first trip. And then anywhere else, probably I'm going to Hawaii actually for my honeymoon, so that's gonna be dope.
Oh, you guys
nice.
planned that?
Yeah,
Nice.
never been to Hawaii, so that'd be different.
Be safe. Have
Yes,
fun.
be safe.
I'm creating a bucket list, so I'm just gonna start writing down places as I go along. Yeah.
Nice.
Gabe, what about you?
Well, you stole my answer in Egypt, like you said.
We can go together, bro.
Oh yeah, we can go together,
Take a
100%.
trip.
But I guess if I had to pick a different place besides there, I would want to go see the Northern Lights. I feel like
pretty
that would be
That'd
pretty
be my
dope.
third trip. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm
going.
all Northern Lights, watching Northern Lights.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that'd be kind of cool to get with nature and kind of
That'd be a blissful experience.
take
so.
that in and kind of just be one with that. That'd be pretty dope.
Oh yeah. And Cliff?
Well, let's see. It sounds basic. I would say Africa, but that would be with Egypt. I will go with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I would go to the islands, but that's a part of the States. So I will go to Rome. I want to go to Italy, Rome. I want to see the Colosseum. I want to see like where they used to host all the fights. I want to like pick up the sand, do what they did.
You want to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
That too. I want to see maybe if I can find Julius Caesar's site where he was like betrayed at. I feel like they'll have certain attractions like that. Eating at a winery maybe, or seeing their waters and stuff. And plus, I just feel like they're a very rich and beautiful culture. You know what I mean? So I would like to dive in and see what's up.
Oh yeah. To be honest with you though, like once we get to the space, I like to just put a map like on a dartboard type of like
Hell
background.
yeah. I
I'll
agree.
just wherever the dart lands, that's where we're going.
Isn't the Vatican over there too?
Yeah.
The Vatican is? I thought so. I would like to see that. And if I had to see one other holy spot, it would be that big black box at that mosque place over in the Middle East. I would like to go there and pray one time with all of them. See what that spiritual energy is like.
Mm-hmm.
No, definitely.
Nice.
You don't know what the big black box is?
No, I know what that is. I'm over here debating if the Vatican is in Rome or not.
I think the Vatican is.
I don't know.
I think it's
But
near it.
I'm
I don't think it's
Googling.
in Rome. I think it's near Rome.
Okay, that's what I'm like. I don't know.
So while Gabe looks this up, please give us a like on all of our social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And please give us a listen to wherever you find your podcasts, whether that's Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And here we are with the result when Gabe finds it.
Mm-hmm.
You got that 5G, so it should be kind of
It's on
quick.
the search, bro. No, yeah, it's just a lot going on in the world, and yeah, with this stimulus check, I hope people really invest in themselves. I really hope people.
Well, we've had 2 already, and what have you seen so
Right.
far?
Right. Well, I think this one is kind of like, okay, we've been waiting on it. We need it. So, okay, now you have it. So what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, and at this point, like even I, who used to once say, "Oh, well, you know, they only gave us $1,400 for the pandemic." At this point, I know I've received well more than $1,400, and I know what the rest of the world got, which was way more. But you know what? There's no excuses at this point. They gave us 3 big checks. If you didn't invest or do the right thing with it to make sure that your life got ahead, there ain't no more, "Oh, the government did this to me. I'm like this because of that." It's because of you.
It's
Get
just
up
really.
and make something for
It's
yourself.
really. I agree with you, Cliff. It's really more just like you self-educating yourself. That's probably the best investment you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Educate yourself on how stocks works. Educate yourself on just reading more, just little milestones you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You found the results?
Yeah, so we found the results, and the Pope stays in Vatican City, and Vatican City, from how it's described on Google, is a city-state, kind of like DC. It's in the middle of, and Rome is around it. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's in the proximity
Like
of
the
Rome,
District
but
of
not-
Columbia,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
like Washington D.C. type shit.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So
I'm like over here reading. I'm like, man, this don't make sense.
So yeah, so it's kind
Kind
of
of like a
setup
baby
like
Israel within.
that. Yeah, basically it's like Rome's all around it, and then bam, you got
Mhm.
Vatican City.
It's like, you know what? Nah, we are own. We're
Yeah.
segregated. We're
Like I said, the District of Columbia.
Like,
That's technically not
Like don't
owned
touch
by.
my food.
I don't think United States or some shit like that. Something weird.
Yeah.
sovereign. That's what it is. They're sovereign from Rome.
All right, so we got a couple topics we can go over with the rapid fire. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, like I said before. What's another good topic you would say?
Well, I think people need to not be so surprised maybe about the Meghan Markle thing. I talked about this the other day at work where they were kind of like making somewhat of a fit about the whole, oh, their baby's not getting this or none of them are because the queen hasn't like gifted them this. And then there's this other side saying, well, the queen has the right, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you guys just need to stop it. Like, why are you guys surprised that this is happening? Unfortunately, and I'm not saying that the family is racist. I'm not saying that. But we've been seeing this since slave days. If anybody of an outside color sometimes come in when there's been a certain tradition going on, when those babies are offspring, just like here in the slave trade days, and I'm not trying to bring up no dark past or nothing, but when the slave master had a baby by his slave, did that baby slave, like half, masters, half slave, did it get anything in the long run? No. Because you know why? It's kind of out of their tradition. Unfortunately, Meghan Markle doesn't fit their tradition. Nothing wrong with it, according to them, and their babies ain't gonna get nothing. I mean, he got his mom inheritance and stuff like that, so it's not like they're gonna be poor or go without. And I think Tyler Perry gave them personalized security. He's been staying with them, so it's not like they're going without.
Well, to build on to that a little bit, yeah, Tyler Perry let them live in one of his houses and, help pay for security. But it was a thing that even took it further. Like, I get the whole not having Megan with security or their son. I get that. But the point that they took it from Harry, an actual true bloodline person, that was like, hold up. I can understand if you're not going to give it to, like, the in-laws. That's okay. But if you're going to take it away from somebody that was born into that family, that has done nothing but did everything he was supposed to do, and you're just going to take it away from him, especially when they're in, pandemic in Canada, like, you're just going to just do that? Then it comes to, it's like, then you're kind of being petty. It's like...
And it is petty, but again, I'll take it back to my example. That's like, okay, say the slave master had a son and he's purebred, but he goes off and have a baby with one of the slaves. Do you think that grandbaby gonna get anything? No, it's just how it is, because you know why? Right. He broke tradition. And that's all I'm saying. And my thing is, it ain't even got to be about her color. Ain't she American? Maybe they wanted her to be British, but maybe the other girl's American too. But my thing is, you can point to many things as to why the babies ain't getting nothing. I'm not going to, like, accuse them of nothing.
Oh, yeah, but...
I'm not.
It's just a crazy-ass situation.
It is a crazy situation.
Just because they're such a royal family and a prominent family to where, like, if shit like this happens, it's like, what? The royal family did what? They did this?
Speaking of royal family,
my question is, why is their culture so, like, heavily impacted in ours? Like, why do we care? Not to say that we shouldn't care, but, like...
Should we care?
Right, like,
I don't know.
Their culture, government, like, it don't really affect how we live our life over here. So
over
it's
there,
weird how it's big news.
Over there, Harry also exposed how the media is one-on-one with the government there too. Like, he even said the castle sponsors party for the media. They specifically have parties for them. It's like,
that's
but
no
they're supposed to be
surprise.
separate. Like, so with that even happening, then over there they got some shit cooking up.
I mean, it's not really based on a monarchy, but their whole idea of government comes from monarchy, so it's no surprise that the media is ran through the royal family, to me, at all.
No, just to go off royal family, though, so Coming to America 2
I loved it.
I have not seen it yet.
Have yet to see it.
I know it's not going to match up to the first one.
It doesn't, but I still loved it.
Can I watch the second one without watching the first one?
No.
What?
No.
You hear yourself just now?
Don't
Never watched the
disrespect.
first
When you
I
take
don't
a
think I
shit,
watched
do you
either.
just get up and not wipe your ass?
What?
What do you do first?
I never watched the
You
first
wipe your
one,
ass
so
and
I
then
just
you
wanted
get
to
up.
Make sure.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure that I had to watch the first one before I watched the second one. That is
Why would you ever
I
watch
hear you.
anything out of order?
I've met some people like that.
Ooh.
I can't name any names right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're talking out the side of
Well,
your neck.
listen, viewing audience. Jacob doesn't want to lie to you guys, so you're welcome.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, yeah, you gotta watch the
Exactly.
first one, then the second one.
I'm about to get triggered.
Don't slam your headphones.
Let's see. No, we don't want
Here
to.
we go.
We don't want to cancel you or anything like that. But
Right.
yeah. So a lot is going on with the media.
Right.
All right. Any other topics you want to?
I want to say something real quick. Dak Prescott, I seen up there,
Got
got paid.
paid.
Oh my
Wow.
God, he got paid. That boy got.
I felt that. He got paid. I did.
$76 million he's gonna get this year alone.
That's insane.
Now,
Good
to
for
me,
him. And
little
his
bit,
family.
he earned it right.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like the Cowboys got a little pressured into doing that.
Because he broke his ankle.
Right.
It's like
and-
kind of like guilty, like
Exactly.
Who else were they
Not
gonna
only
get though?
that, he
Who
was
else were they gonna have?
That he was a good soldier. He was betting on himself. Really, you had no other option but him. And let's be real, the way they even talked about it, like his deal ain't really gonna be nothing in like 4 or 5 years,
Right.
Like,
It's gonna
because
be-
of all the money coming through the TV deals.
Well, no, it went down 10% this year.
But just
In
this year, that's
TV.
why it seems like a lot. But like in 3-4 years, when all that money gets back and then some, it ain't
Well,
gonna
it went.
be
Up,
so
it was
much.
going up progressively for the last 5 years prior to this year, but then it went down 10%. I think
Yeah,
The salary cap,
because it's
yeah.
185 right now versus like 2 something.
it was like it was like 207
I just really feel,
or something.
I don't know. I just honestly feel that the media really hyped, like, oh man, poor Dak, he got injured and it's his contract year. It's like, oh, we gotta pay him.
He
I guess.
could have took the franchise tag and got him for 30 something mil.
See, they could have done that, but they did. So it's like
Because then, if they would have franchise tagged him again, he would have been getting $50 million and walked out the door. Because he would have been like,
Right,
okay, y'all made me
right,
play
right.
these 2
Right.
franchise tags. Y'all really don't mess with me.
Okay,
I'm
but
taking
to
my time.
franchise him again, making 30 million. So then, okay, you franchise him this year, 30 million. If you do it again,
No,
then
he
it's
was already franchise tag last year.
exactly. That's why it doubles to 30 million this year. I'm
Yeah,
saying.
oh, yeah, okay.
So then, if you do it a third time, and then
I thought you could only do it twice.
no, you can do them. You can
3
keep going.
times.
Yep. Because I think it was who got franchise? It was Alex. No, it wasn't Alex Smith.
Kirk
It was
Cousins?
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
He got it like 3 times in a row.
And
Oh,
he was
shit.
mad. That's why
Yeah.
he left.
Yep.
no shit.
In Minnesota, I believe,
No, he
Or
got it
left
in
Kansas-
Washington.
Washington.
or Washington. Yep.
That's how he ended up in Minnesota.
Oh, shit.
And that goes back to what
Well,
you
yeah,
said,
but
John,
that's-
about the media. The information, man, it moves you. But Jerry was on his own show, putting his foot in his own mouth,
Mhm.
though.
Literally,
He
yeah,
has
it's
his
like,
own show.
Oh, yeah.
Does he?
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he do.
3 times.
But it keeps going up. So like
Right.
that's what I'm saying. So if you're paying him 30 million this year, it would next year after that you're paying him more than 40 million. So you better
It would have been 50 million.
right.
he said.
You might as well cut it in between 50 and 30 and 40 for the next 4 years. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
And I think he could have walked after the 31 anyway. I don't think if they would have either let him walk or you're going to give him 50 million. So if you would have franchise tagged him and say if he would have did well, say if you wanted to see if he got hurt or regressed, say if he would have did well, then you would have probably paid him 44, 45 million.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
So-
mean?
Mhm.
He was getting paid
He was-
regardless.
exactly.
He was
He was not
regardless.
losing.
But I
Yeah.
think
His season last
getting
year
hurt solidified it.
Yeah, it did.
helped him. I think it honestly helped him. If he would have had a bad end of the year,
Talk about addition by subtraction. Lost his ankle and got paid millions.
Yep.
literally,
Real quick, how much do you think the what was it, the FT, what was the card you were saying?
NFT.
The NFT.
NFTs.
The
How much do you
Snapchat?
think that snapshot of his ankle
Oh,
being broke would be?
man.
Because I bet it's gonna skyrocket now. He's got that money.
It's probably a couple grand right now.
I bet.
Actually,
Oh,
let me
yeah.
look. Actually, so this
Non-fungible tokens.
that's a whole other topic too. So now
That's
the
for another.
the
podcast.
world. I mean,
That's for we got
Okay,
to
well,
do
yeah, we'll
more
save that one,
research
yeah.
for that because that I did a brief look into it just.
Oh, yeah,
yesterday,
it's
and
crazy.
I was like,
Eric's dad was telling me about it,
I
bro.
got
That's how you know
That's
it's
like an
insane.
investment.
Not
It's
only
like-
that,
Yeah.
I've seen a stat. They've already sold like 239 million worth on
Mhm.
just NBA Top
See?
Shot. It's the
I s-
leading NFT.
Well, then I saw some other things. It was like a gallery of like cats, literally cats, and they were selling for thousands of dollars.
And that one of the guy 5,000 days, he got that 69 million for it. He couldn't even believe it.
Yes.
Yeah, and my thing is, I bet you.
69 million.
Yeah, and I bet there wasn't even 5,000 pictures on that damn painting.
He's lying.
He just zoomed out.
Just a regular
like 30
just
pictures.
a JPEG file for 69.2 million. Wow.
It makes me, I don't know, want to learn how to do something online and create a one of one, because that's what an NFT is, and that's how it becomes like really
Rare.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna save it.
Yep. So
I was about to give game, but
But
we're gonna save it.
We'll give it later. We'll give it later.
Phil, could you do us a favor and drop us one of your gems for today?
A gem for today. You know what? I saved a good one again. So you know what? I'm not even about to come up with something off the top of my head.
You might as well say the one you got. You always say, and then drop the other one.
Facts. But let me just get this one off.
You want to make this special for all of our listeners out there, because we missed you guys. All right, we took a mental health break,
Oh, go ahead, Josh.
and that's always essential throughout this pandemic. I want you guys to just take a personal day, care about your mental health, because it's extremely important. Because
Preach.
you deal with your trauma, or your trauma deals with you.
And I got it. Greatness is sifted through the grind. Therefore, don't despise the hard work now, for surely it will be worth it in the end.
Yep.
This has been an episode of It's On Us. You guys stay golden.
Love you. Bye. Thank you for listening to IOU Podcast, where you can reach us on Spotify, Apple, Podbean, YouTube, and our Gmail is IOU Podcast 440. And this has been a great episode with my boys, and stay tuned for next week, and God bless.